October 3rd begins with rain, and the foreshadowed storm is now here. Although it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would be, it's actually very peaceful. However, the activity we had planned for the day was hiking to a waterfall, so the rain very well could work against us. What do you think is going to happen today?
I think that we're probably gonna go through the jungle and it's gonna rain like crazy, but it won't be that bad because everything will just catch it.
I think one of us will get really close to left with this scenario, and it's up to us to rescue the other one.
I hope that is not because that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah. And I hope you don't.
I need you to save me.
Hey man, let's just hope you don't have butterfingers, you know.
Oh my god. Nice. My hands are really sweaty, look.
Well, yeah.
We get picked up by Matt, who is one of Gary's bosses. He's 1,000 miles an hour, Mr. Nature, and a super cool dude through and through. But more on him later.
This is an old country, as Kieran has said to me many times, but this is my favorite.
I already know what you're gonna play.
Kieran, actually...
No, go ahead. Man, don't let me yuck your yum, you know?
Yeah, it is... It is Tyler Childers, but it's not the one you think of.
I thought he only had like that one really big one.
No, he's got loads of songs.
Okay. Do you know what's really crazy to me though? You showed me this when I came to Ireland though, whenever with Jeff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know this from somewhere and I don't know why. And then I went back to England and I went to work. And those horrible people were playing this. And
No, they weren't.
No, they were. No word of a lie. No word of a
Well,
lie.
then those horrible people have good music taste or something.
Shortly after, we arrived at the Maya King Waterfall's ticket gate, and that's where I found this monolith. It looked like the rain had cleared and that we were all set to have a fun day at the falls. Yet, being in Belize just 5 days, I knew deep down it wouldn't be that easy. So we continued on.
But as we go along, like, I constantly feel, you know, when I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a photo of that, my brain is immediately like, dude, you need to get the off the technology and just actually enjoy what you're seeing.
We're saying that while I'm recording this conversation.
Yeah, I know, that's the hypocrisy of it all. But, like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever feel like that? Because you are the one recording.
You know, actually, I just had to rip that bandage off and be like, this is my job.
Yeah.
This is what I do for a passion.
Yeah.
I don't take pictures of things because I just want to come back to them later on.
Yeah.
I take videos and pictures of things because I want people to experience what I experienced.
Yeah. Like,
So
for you, it's like a lifestyle.
Like, not even a lifestyle. Like, how helpful would it be for someone to see how we're living up here? To see these lush jungles in the city. You know, give you some perspective on life. Like this, for example.
Yeah.
Okay? This is our life right now.
Yeah.
So the people have to know.
That's actually very fair.
Coming up ahead? Oh, a little bar, okay. Whoa, and a little waterfall right back there. Wow, that's okay. Trail continues over there. The entrance to the Maya King waterfalls starts off pretty tame. Paved steps, railings, and an easy walk-in. But don't let that fool you. The deeper you go, the more it starts to feel like you're stepping into the jungle. Fun fact, this whole area sits at the base of the Maya Mountains, one of the oldest mountain ranges in Central America. Oh my god. What's up ahead might be the most beautiful waterfall I've ever seen. Jeez, that's straight out of a novel. Holy wow, that is beautiful. The beauty here never ceases to amaze, and with the whole area to ourselves, there was nothing left to do except splash in and have fun.
Wow.
Come on, guys.
What do you think about this waterfall?
It's wet.
Oh, come on. Describe the beauty in front of you.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. Like I was here 2 years ago, and it's always so nice to come back here.
Yeah. You want to jump in it, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Come on. All right, Kieran, let's get changed.
She just said, is it true? Is it true? Tell me now. Some promise I can't make, and I won't let it be. Was I in some kind of mood? I don't know, I don't care. I was sleeping in my room. Here I am, back again. She's in my
However, the fun was short-lived, because you see with Gary, if you don't risk your life, you're not having fun.
So yeah, always like tap the footholds and stuff. Make sure it's secure.
Right.
So yeah, do you see this ladder? You'd be forgiven for thinking that it's unsuitable for daily use because it goddamn is. Gary took us on the forbidden path, urging us to come with him, saying that it'd be worse the longer we waited. And sure enough, he led us to this scramble of vines and black mold. Thanks, Gary.
No.
The boys.
Oh yeah, we go back to
Yeah, we just climb up this way after.
I was thinking about bringing the gimbal. Good thing I didn't. The only way I could get this footage is through my own hands.
Right, boys.
Good job.
On the forbidden path, we had already survived a respectable amount of suffering. Normal people would turn back. Gary, not normal. He kept going. That's when Kieran reached his limit. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, he was done. Until I grabbed him by the shoulders, looked him dead in the eyes, and delivered the most motivational line ever spoken on a human jungle trail. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Did he believe me? Debatable. Did we keep going? Unfortunately, yes. The obstacles ahead, black moss, which is basically jungle ice, path with no footholds, where every step felt like a live audition for survival, bugs, sharp plants, humidity with a personal vendetta. After what felt like 3 business days, we made it. The epic, the Forbidden Falls.
Yeah.
You're having a vulnerable moment.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's tell the people you're
No,
feeling.
I can't lie, man. I was just really shitting myself this whole time. Like, fuck me.
Well, aren't you glad what you've achieved?
Yeah.
No one comes to
But
you.
also, I'm so scared. Am I allowed to be fucking scared? God, you need at least one person who's like, actually, wait, yeah, that is the reality of our situation.
No, I
But you're keeping it together quite well. So.
I'm trying my best, bro. I thought I was gonna have a time.
Damn, have you reached your enlightened state right now, bro? Like.
Yeah.
And you know, we went through the trouble of getting all the way up here, so I was just gonna kick back and enjoy the view. Oh, and here's Kieran, looking like he's about to murder Gary for dragging us up there. And don't get me wrong, what we did was reckless, but I really can't deny the beauty of the waterfall. It made it almost worth the trip. Oh, and about Matt, among many interesting things about him, he's a cancer survivor. There's something quietly powerful about how, after surviving cancer, Matt lives for adventure, even venturing farther down the forbidden path than any of us would dare, at the ripe age of late 30s, no less. And you know, I gotta admire the man's survival instinct. He is quite literally on the edge of death. One wrong move and it's over. But Matt stays calm and even gives a thumbs up like, "Don't worry guys, I got this." What an absolute legend. So why do it? Why risk your life to climb a waterfall? There's nothing to be earned here. There's no prize and no incentive. And I don't think Matt is doing it to impress us. At first I thought it was to feel alive. Yet he already seemed more alive than most people I know. And then I remembered Matt survived cancer. And maybe, when you've stared something like that in the face, a waterfall doesn't feel like danger. It feels like trust. Trust in your body, trust in your footing, trust that life, fragile as it is still yours to move through. Not recklessly, not carelessly, just slowly, step by step, choosing to keep going. So it's safe to say the boys made it to see another day. When people ask me what my favorite part of Belize was, I say that I lived. But what good is an adventure without a bit of danger, eh? And that was the end of another thrilling day in Belize. Every time me and the boys went out on an expedition, I felt like we got a little closer by the end of it. I guess that's natural when you're all equally risking your lives. And as I looked outside the car window, I felt this deep gratefulness for life, the thing we all take for granted, even though it's a miracle. But that life feels bigger when you actually live it, when you step outside your routine, when you trust people around you, when you do things that scare you just enough to wake you up. And somewhere along the road, I started to see what the real point of this trip was.